I am overly behind on making this game for my friend's birthday party. So far, I'm trying to get the item system in. It's been working about as well as you'd think it will, given that I'm behind. So, where did I left? Oh yeah, there was this bug. We'll start by fixing this bug, right? If I can get the right number. I have a very large lack of debug tools. And by lack, I mean none. So, right, we have items, right? And if we go over here, we can buy an item, right? I think we're good so far, right? Okay, so now we got an item on the white guy, and I've killed it because I can't get out of this. I can, okay. This is where the lack of debug tools is very annoying. Because now I have to keep spamming this again and hope I get the right number. It's either 8 or 9. 8 or 9 at the top right. And then you might be able to know what the bug is. It'll be there. It'll be there soon. Soon enough. I do have to fix that, but I wanted to get the items done first because a lot of the items affect the combat system. So, yay. Okay, buy the thing. Exit the shop. Do stuff. Get over here. You're good to go this way. You're good. Okay. So now, I can open up the item menu. I can use the item. But what if I wanted to close the item menu? It's not going. And if you, like, really zoom in there, it's just duplicating this. It's just adding one over another. So that's the bug we're fixing. Alright. I do also have to remember that I gave the birthday boy extra monies for testing. So, yay. Let's see what we got here. My very bad code. That is horrible. So let's see. If it's pressed and it's false, then it switches out to true, and then it does all the stuff. Press it and it's true, then it should switch it to false. In which case, false, trigger once, delete, right? It should, theoretically. But apparently it doesn't. So, that's not it. I don't know why that exists. Anyway. So I think that if it goes false, it goes here, it triggers once, and then we're good. Right? But apparently that's not what's going on. It could be one of those things where if I just swap the trigger once, then it'll do that. Could be. That shouldn't be the case, but it's annoying that it does that. But of course I have to go through this again because I have to buy the item from there. I can't just give myself the item. But then again, it probably would take a lot longer to make the debug tools. I'm not like a big AAA game industry thing. I'm making a game for my friend's birthday and the assets are literally squares. So yeah, it's safe to say it's probably quicker to do it this way than to develop debug tools. Even if I have to do this until I get an 8 or a 9 in the corner. There we go, finally. By the way, I realized I can test it like this. Yeah. Yay! Okay. So it is not that. So theoretically, because it doesn't need to be pressed, well, button item is true, false. Let me think here. That's interesting, is it not? That it always does that? What I think we need, though, is a trigger once. I think that could help. Because I think otherwise it would just do it for every frame that I have it there. It would create a new button, and we don't want that. That would be bad. Another thing, though, that I have over big AAA studios is that I don't have to worry about optimization. Yay me! No optimization required. Because we're using squares. I don't have to worry about ray tracing. Yeah, it's still there. I can't use it because my moves are at 0. It's a fail-safe maneuver. Mechanism. Good work, me. I did it. Delightful. But yes, that should fix it a little bit. But not enough, apparently. It is pressed. That should also have a trigger once. It is pressed while active is true. Active set to true. I mean, it's not just like that, right? But no, that should be fine. I have no idea. Like, I know I should be able to fix it. Let me see here. Is there anything else that is using active of item button? Let's do active of that should work. Okay, maybe not. That's not it. Active. Alright, active of. Okay. That's okay. Active of item button, active of item button. Active of item button. Oh. It's just this. Up. Is it just that? Is that it? Is that it? Because it was going from one to the other. I'll explain in greater detail if it works. If it doesn't, then I'll explain it for naught. I'll have explained it for naught, because that did not work. Why? Because theoretically, it should change it to true, right? And then next time, it cycles through. Oh, now it's true. We could set it to false, and then we delete item. Right? It's not just that, you know, the trigger point. I'm just going full trial and error. Because that's all I can do. This is why... Okay. Curious indeed. Okay. That actually gives me a lot more information. Because it keeps doing it every time. Gah. So we need like I would have thought that we could have it be in like certain states. Let's press. What if I just change these to released? Well, because they don't have released. Why don't they have released? It's currently being pressed. Was just clicked. Is it? Do we need click? Why don't they have release? That seems dumb. I've had it on other things before. Or that might have just been the mouse specifically. But who knows? It's such a weird engine. But it's so quick that I like almost can't complain about how weird and I wasn't paying attention. Yeah, I almost can't complain about how weird this engine is because it makes things so quick. Much quicker than having to type in like whatever things I need to do for Hello World. I don't know. I don't remember it. I could. Using namespace S whatever it is. Just type in S tab. There you go. Problem solved. Okay. Well, it's not... It's a little better. Would it fix it if I move these again? Because that probably is where they need to be before. Move them this way. That out. Okay. Just clicked. I need them over here. There we go. That should be good. Oh, I got it the number first try. Perfect. Buy the horse. Nope, that makes it keep going again. Oh, I thought I had it somehow. With the is clicked. Because then you click it. Okay. So I click it, right? It sets it to true. I guess it's still being clicked. Is that it? It's still being clicked. So I move this up above that. Then if it's still being clicked, it wouldn't matter. Well, that was weird. I don't like using undo in this program, and that's why it scares me. One of the many oddities this random engine has. But it works. Evidently, at least well enough. You can do just about anything that you'd want to. Well, let's take a look here. Badoop. Okay. So you've been clicked. So what other things? Is focused? Is hovered? Interactions activated? If interactions are activated on the button. Let's figure out what in the world that means. What does interactions on the button mean? Pressed. What is interactions on the button? Well, I might as well test it out, right? Learn through trial and error. I don't know if that's, something you can do, but let's see here. 9, good. We got the right number. I don't think that's what we need. I don't think that's it at all. Is pressed. It's just clicked. Is clicked. I thought, yeah, I would think that's a failsafe. Is because we don't have a release. We can't do an on release. I could do it the primitive way. I don't like doing it primitive way though. Whatever. You mouse is on an object, and then mouse button is pressed or held down. Sure. Left one, and then definitely a trigger once there. That is the primitive method. It does the same thing, but now it just is determined by mouse. Well, it still should be the same though with the trigger once, so I don't know. I could have it set to release. That's probably what I want to set it to. So release. There we go. And that way it will activate not on the press down, but when I release. We will see that once I get an 8. Perfect. I almost feel like it's rigged. There we go. You still make it again though. It's almost like this isn't even being activated. It's false. It's clicked. Well, it's true. Because it should always be true. Wah. I've been on this for 15 minutes. This one error The one bug to rule them all. One bug to find them. I haven't seen those movies. Lord of the Rings. I just haven't. I probably should, but I, it's just not something I've been doing. I've been more interested in the animes and the video games and the apparently making this because it's taken so long. Active of button is true. Here, I'll use the debugger to figure it out. Okay, the first thing we need to do is get an 8 or 9 again. Oh, why couldn't I made this easier on myself? 8 or a 9. Do. Get an 8 or a 9, please. Get an 8 or a 9. 8. I hate this. There we go. Okay. Okay, so I will pull up the debugger, which you cannot see, so you're going to have to trust my word on it. The item button. Okay, we have active is false. Alright, so I click the button. Active is false. Okay. I go here. I buy the horse. Active still false. I click the button. Active is false. But we have one instance of the use item button. I click it a few more times. Active is still false, and we have 6 instances. Okay. So yes, active is just not being set to true. So it has to be something related to that, right? In which case, I mean, it doesn't really matter what thing I do here. I can go back to the non-rudimentary method, yay. Though I do think I need a second failsafe. Which is just, I guess it'd have to be a mouse release thingy. Let us do another variable of this. Item button. We're going to add a new variable to... Whoa. This one will be called... I got Inori Yoitsuka as a variable. What's another thing? What really represents things not going properly and just adding another band-aid to it until it works? Another layer of duct tape. That's what we're doing. This is duct tape. No, it's called duct tape, isn't it? Duct tape? Whatever, it's a bull. Duct tape is a bull. True. We're gonna set it to true. If will only work if duct tape is false. It is false. Good. Good. Now, I need active set to there. Because we have other things that deactivate the item menu, such as changing to a different character. Or, yeah, if you run out of spaces, you want the item menu to go away. So, can't see any time when that would, you know, fail. You know, why would you need that? Duct tape will be set to false. Let's see if that works by waiting until we get an 8 or a 9. There we go. I mean, it's a 1 in 5, you know. Well, that's a little better. It shows when I click it, but then when I release it while I'm pressing down, then it doesn't work. It goes away. Okay. So if I change it to clicked, does that make a difference? Because I don't know why it would be any other way. You can do it. You can hit that random number generator. I saw, like, I saw this thing once where a guy was properly guessing the right number of the Google generator, the Google random number generator. And I wonder how possible that is for other things. Can you do that for the lottery? Can you do it for Genshin so I can finally get Navia? I don't know. I'd love to do that. Well, now it's just doing the same thing again. Why? What's the difference between press and clicked in these? Ugh. Okay. So duct tape is true when it's released. That's too false. Duct tape is false. I guess here it has to also be duct tape. That's probably it. We shall see. In like 5 minutes. Oh, there we go. Oh my goodness, it works now. It's just not the most responsive thing, but goodness is it working. Oh yeah. Hopefully they'll be like, oh, I want to set my items. There we go. Ta-da, I can use horse. And then everyone's happy. Oh my goodness, I finally solved the error. It only took 22 minutes. Yay. Okay, now we can finally add in the shop items. Okay. Ugh. Okay. Oh, big stretch. This is gonna be such a good game. I'm gonna give it to my friend, and he'll be like, wow, this is game of the year. Once he sees it, he'll realize that the best art is the friends we make along the way. Ray tracing doesn't matter. What matters is your heart and soul. Oh boy. Okay, what's the next thing? Well, our next one is the Ring of Defense. Okay. Ring of Defense. I didn't spell it. I spelled it in 2 different ways. It's like, I'm too tired. Is one proper and one not? Defense versus defense with an S. Oh, they're both the same? Oh, they're both proper. Yeah, I'm gonna keep it that way. I'm doing it. I'm, I'm keeping it like that. Yeah. That'll work perfectly. Ring of Defense. I forgot what I wanted the Ring of Defense to do. Oh, I know exactly what I need to do. When the turn is over, or until your turn is over, your defense increases by, let's say 10. I think that'll be cool. So yes, I do this. We go here. Do. Oh yeah, I need to do the same thing here. We need 2, 3, 4. We're on to spreadsheet work. It's gonna run so well. Gonna run so much better than all the great AAA games out there. It'll be so good. Our game is gonna get Game of the Year. It'll be so much better than whatever else is coming out. Like Fantasy Life comes out in a few days. Been excited for that one. I played the original a few times. It was a great game. I liked playing it with my dad. We each have one character, and we'd kind of trade back and forth our items because we didn't want to do some of the things. I wasn't too interested in crafting, but he was, so I gladly used that. So that was enjoyable. There you go to friends. Ring defense. There we go. Yes, I put in both. Too bad. So yes, it removes ring of defense. Player 1. We go change that to true. What I'm doing right now is just having a store just so that we can change it once the time moves. Or the next turn happens. 2, 3, 4. And then I also want defense. We want plus 10. Numbers will change later, I'm sure. I won't be able to do that much playtesting before the actual thing happens. The birthday party. So, yay. That's not going to be scary at all. It's totally going to be game of the year. Above Expedition 33. The 33rd Expedition is going to be better than that. Like, look, our game has blue circles you can step on. I bet Expedition 33 doesn't have that. Yeah. Our game also has multiplayer. 4-person multiplayer. Look at them all. Expedition 33 doesn't have that either. Look at that. Perfect. So yes, I need to go up to there. Need to add a sub event to you. Player. You. Ring defense is true. Then we're going to subtract the defense. By 10. Just to, set it back to the normal value. Good. So that should be good for that. Yay. Yeah. We need golden fisticuffs now. That's the next one. Okay. Golden fisticuffs. You know what I just realized? These cannot be different. Because one is used to track the other. So it'll only be that in spirit only. Oh, sad. But we got these variables here. Makes it game of the year, right? Better than the new Hideo Kojima game coming out. Death Stranding 2. Yeah. It's gonna be better than that. Like, look, our game doesn't even have walking in it. Like, come on. That means it's the best game, right? I have never played Death Stranding. I've been playing through Metal Gear Solid 2. Though playing through is a strong word. I've done only the first chapter so far. I was like, the new Metal Gear game's coming out soon. I might as well try it out. I felt like I was going to sneeze, but it didn't happen. Yeah, the new Metal Gear and the Hideo Kojima game is coming out. So, you know, I might as well see what this Metal Gear thing's all about, right? Um, turns out it's pretty decent so far. You know, it's a little bit better than I thought it'd be. Set to 1. I mean, that's it is. I'm playing it on a what CRT television with the original Xbox as the controller. So safe to say it's a little difficult to control. Uh, but the old game 2001 feel authentic, right on point, doing pretty good, right? Very good indeed. So, you know, not too worried about that. Let's see here. Where do we need that? We'll just put it somewhere. Move you there, sure. Yeah. Greater than 0. I want Golden Fist to increase the attack, but also break after a few uses. So I actually don't want that there. I need this in the fighting section. Hold on. Control X U. Where's the actual fighting? Here we go. I'm glad I've labeled it pretty decently. Fighting button defend is clicked. Players is greater than 0, then it will add 1. Yep. And then I need actually a sub event. If it is greater than, we'll say 6. Greater than or equal to, I think, is what I need. Then we change that to 0. And no, it's not null, 0. It's close, I say. And I zoned out. What am I doing? Yes, we are decreasing attack. Okay. Nothing too special here. It's just spreadsheet work. I would not subject anyone to this, but I'm behind, and it's my own fault, so you get subjected. Congrats. You're great. Attack minus 10. There we go. And we do want the same thing down on the other side. I just realized this isn't gonna work. Yeah, that's annoying. Oh well, I'll fix it real quick. Okay, Golden Fist, instead of players, it has to be the person itself. That's all we need to do. So luckily I already did it pretty decently. But it's still a pain to just switch them all out. Gah. Maybe I do need to switch to a different engine just so I can get away from all the spreadsheet work. Nobody wants to do spreadsheet work. Never mind. I just thought of about 12 different jobs where somebody would have to do spreadsheet work. That would, yeah. Never mind. I take back what I said. There's a few jobs people want to do spreadsheet work with. Please don't let me have one of those jobs. Don't force it to me. I don't want it. Just keep it away from me. Hmm. You know something? I've been failing at this again. Fail number 2. For this one thing. Because I'm going off instigator here, but this is the defender section. If the defender does it. Instigators forward. As I switched it around. Which means I'd have to do it there every time. Okay. Okay. I'll fix this up real quick. This is just a horribly unoptimized game. But for some reason, it still runs better than every other game on the market. Oh, goodness. Okay. So I need to go here. And then put you there. Here, put you there. Here, put you there. And then I need to go back and delete. Okay. Number 3. Here. There. There we go. That's what I need to do. Now we go up here. Perfect. No, never mind. None of this is perfect. This is about as perfect as, I don't know, what's a random reference? About as perfect as the second season of The Promised Neverland. It works, but does it really? Does it really work? I don't know about that one. Yep, here. Now I go to... Oh goodness, I can barely even figure this out. That one is the one I delete. Okay. And now the first one. Now I can just actually do Control X. That'll be fine. Okay, now I do it this way. You. And then you. Oh my goodness. This is a mess. Look at that. Okay. It's going to be so much easier in this section. This is just the same thing. Yeah. So I can delete that. Okay. So easy, right? I go here. Bam. I go player 2. Bam. Simple. So easy. Player 3. Bam. Books a million. Because this is so good, you're going to have to write a book about it. What? Here, there we go. There we go. Yay! Okay, golden fists are done. I don't want to test them, so I'll just leave that for my playtesting session. Woohoo! Okay. You know what time it is now, right? Get rid of you. Get rid of you. Clean up the little workspace a bit. There you go. These two are what I need. This is the items, and this is the shop. Because all of those, all that we did so far in the 40 minutes, comes from this shop. There are 2 other shops. This one, and there's one over here. which I'll change later. The game doesn't quite work yet. So, how the world looks is the least of my concerns. But yes, each of these has to have 3 items. Oh, the pain. The pain indeed. Anyway, it is time to do Bish Shop or Beach Shop. Beach Shop is probably a little nicer. So, what are we doing here? These are ID 1, so these will be ID 2. I'm glad I figured out the ID system because it works so well. I love it. Okay. So now, all I do is copy paste you. Ta-da. Now, shop time 2. Okay, let's come up with these items. Well, it's the beach. Of course, a swimsuit exists. And what's the normal swimsuit price? Let me see. Swimsuit. I don't know, male or... Oh my goodness, those are some models, all right. We'll see the normal price for them. Goodness, why are they so expensive? $150 for a swimsuit? All right, if you say so. Okay, what else does this beach shop have? Well, I watched the anime, and the animes always have those restaurants on the beach. So I think a restaurant should sell a nice, healthy serving of Kraken tentacles. And it will go for... Kraken's pretty expensive, I think. Alright. What should this third item be? So we got swimsuits, Kraken tentacles. What else is at a beach? Those random commemorative keychains. But I don't know if I want one. Huh. Let's think here. What's the thing on the beach? Let's see. I just watched Aharon earlier today, right? And that was a beach episode. So therefore, what did they do there? They went to the beach. They grilled. They did some grilling. They, of course, had the swimsuits. They missed their ferry. Got a hotel. Hmm. Hmm. Um. I like the idea of a commemorative keychain. Cool keychain. 250? Nah, this is 500. $500 for a cool keychain? Sign me up. Ooh, perfection. Okay. I was just looking at the map to figure out where things were so I could figure out what they did. Okay. Now I have to go and change all of these. I have to change all the values and stuff. We did the fun part. Now we do the spreadsheets. Actually, I can just copy paste the word swimsuit. Oh, there we go. Next one is Kraken tentacles. Kraken tentacles. Or as the kids would say it, what's crack-a-lackin'? I'm not a kid anymore. I didn't say that. But I did do the 100 bottles of, what was it? 100 bottles of, I want to say beer. Bottles of beer. 100 bottles of beer on the wall. Or 99 bottles of beer. I want to say beer. I don't know, but you sing that just to pass the time. But I think there was one instance in our whole school. It's like during lunch, and some of the kids were like, huh, what if we wanted to get to the end of the song? And so they were determined. And they sung that thing. They sung the whole song down to the end in the full lunch period. And I applaud them, really. They sung the whole song. So, good work. I think there was another instance where somebody was trying to do that, but they got told off by the teacher because alcohol. Yeah, I can't say I endorse that. And I think they kept going anyway. But they didn't make it. Not like the first people did. And they did pretty good. I don't think I'd have the patience. Usually, whatever you're waiting for happens before before you end, or you just get bored and do something else. Like nobody would want to sing all that. Why would you? But they did. So good work to them. All right, let's get going. Swimsuit. Now, you don't know what I came up with for all of these in just the small time that we were, doing stuff, right? We will go here, and we're going to add a new stat for these guys, right? It will be a Boolean, and it will be sexy. Did you see the swimsuits? You did not see those swimsuits. And I don't think I should show them here, but I just typed in swimsuit into Google. And yeah, that's what it does. It's what it does. And I don't think it should do anything but that. It's like it's kind of really scares me. I don't know what I'll make that do, if anything, but I have it just in case. Okay. What's the next one? Oh yeah, Kraken tentacles. I did not do the right thing. Get here, get there, horses there. Good. Okay, we need Kraken tentacles. Kraken tentacles. Now this one's important. We need to change variable HP. We're going to add, let's say, 10. Add 10, just whenever you want too. That's pretty good. I think. I don't know. So, yay. I don't think I have a failsafe in yet for if your HP is above your max HP. So I will also add that quickly. But first I need to mix that. Good. Okay. So I'll just do player HP is greater than max HP. Alright, do I need players dot max HP? Then yeah, the HP is gonna equal out. Player HP set to player max HP. Woo, spreadsheet work. Okay. That was pretty simple though. Okay, so we done that. We done that. What's next? Commemorative thing. Cool keychain, I think is what it is. Cool keychain. Yeah, it's a cool keychain. What we're gonna have it do, if you use it, is absolutely nothing. That's it. Does nothing. If you have it in your inventory, then maybe you'll make it do something later. Who knows? Maybe if you go to another side of the map and get land on an event space, you'll get like $750 or something. Use it as like a profit making mechanism. But I don't know. Who cares? um, I don't know how you'd even track that anyway. No, you can track if there's one of those, right? I need. Is it a rate? It's probably just tier variables, variable value, you. Actually, you. Child existence. Specify child exists. You probably could check it. It's fine. Or I could just, do the same thing as swimsuit with sexy. Um, let's go on to the Abyss shop now. Do 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 do. Okay. This will be shop ID of 3. The third shop. Whoa, the third shop out of 3? Because I'm not going to make another shop, thank you kindly. Let's go and make it. Okay. Doot doot. Shop number 3. We're going to have, let's think here. The Horror of the Deep. You can get this little guy for $100. We'll also have, what's something you'd have in the Abyss? Maiden Abyss. Reg. I got a little reg acrylic stand. What does he got on him? A robot arm. That's pretty cool. A second robot arm. Ooh, grappling hook. Grappling hook. That's a good one. Reg can grapple hook with his arm. And that's pretty nice. This one will be. It'll be 150. And what's the cool, super expensive item? I'm out of ideas. What cool things are in the Abyss? Ooh, there's Terraria. Or Calamity. Calamity mod. It has an Abyss. Yeah, Abyss. Well, what things you got there in the Abyss? Let's see. Abyss is an aquatic biome. Is located under the sulfurous sea on the dungeon side of the world. Through a chasm on the sea floor. Okay. It is extremely deep, hard, hostile, perilous, you're gonna die. Okay, sounds good to me. Ooh, it's got some unique drops. A bomb, okay. Another bomb. Miss Shocker, Void, Plasm. My friend hasn't played Terraria, so he's gonna have no clue what any of this means, but... what is the Black Orangutanian? Oh, it is a weapon. Weird. Strange Orb. What do you do? You summon a little pet? A little cute light pet. That is cute. He's a cute little light pet, aren't you? He's a little cutie little guy. He's a little cutie guy. You are. You are. I don't think we want that though. Torrential Tear. And starts rain. That's a good item. Torrential tier. Torrential tier. $500. We'll keep it at that. Phew, that is gonna do something. Who knows what? Hmm. Oh well. I'll figure it out in probably like 10, 15 minutes. Let's start with our things. Yep. I have to change all these. Okay. We got all these going here. What other game is so not as cool as mine because it doesn't have this cool spreadsheet work? Deltarune. I'm copy pasting Horror of the Deep. Yeah, Deltarune, that comes out in a few days. Been too interested in that one. That one, I think, will be Game of the Year. The possibility that is not counted as such, but who knows? Or not counted as a full game because it's kind of the chapters sort of stuff. I don't know. Not it's not something there. But in terms of full games, I could totally see Death Stranding 2 being Game of the Year. I'm surprised it didn't win. The first one didn't win Game of the Year. It lost over what game was that? I was just checking it the other day. There's one that shouldn't have won it over Death Stranding 2. Or Death Stranding 1, I think. Hold on. Death Stranding. What did it lose against? Awards. There we go. It won a lot of things at the Game Awards that year. Though, of course, some things. Oh, it lost over Sekiro. Sekiro was good. Didn't play it, but I know it's good. Um, but come on, it's Death Stranding. Like, if you got a Hideo Kojima game coming out, you're just like, well, guess that year's forfeit. That's what it should be. Outer Worlds was a nomination? No, I played a little bit in that, and I didn't think that one was that good. And Death Stranding doesn't win Game of the Year that year? When you have to nominate Outer Worlds? Death Stranding 2 better win this year. It's not even out. We have some people saying it's good, but review scores, am I right? But yeah. Well, we'll see. We'll see. So Horror of the Deep. Horror of the Deep. It's what I want it to do is remove some of the health from your opponent while you're in a battle. That's what I want it to do. I think that would be pretty good. So how do I make that happen? I could go up to my very scary fighting thing again. Yeah, I don't need shops anymore. This monstrosity, goodness. Um, I don't really want to, though. So I'm going to make it work outside of battle. Because I think that would be cool. Active player is 1. We're just going to have it hit the guy next to it, you know? And you are going to have variable HP minus, we'll go 5. And it'll just go down the line from there. I think that'll be decent. Everything is going to change during the play testing. I haven't even tested this thing out. Everything here could be broken, and I would have no clue. So the next one, I'm going to go up here. Because, what is it again? I guess I do need this open. Grappling hook, yes. I am copy-pasting horse. Because I want it to do basically the same thing. Horse. No, I just typed in a horse again. What am I doing? Grappling hook. Grappling hook. No. Grappling hook. It's going to, and let's go 13. I don't want it to be the same number there. Divisible by. Grappling hook. Cool. And then, what is the next one? Torrential tier. Let's see. Torrential tier. That is going to... We're going to have a scene variable called... we're going to call it tier. Kind of surprised that hasn't already happened. I haven't had that. We're going to set it to 4 times... Well, we're going to set it to 20. No, we're going to set it to 16. 16. So tier is 16, right? So now... yeah. Space, end of turn. There we go. Space is to move. Active player. Yes, we want here. If tier is greater than 0. Perfect. Then we're going to kill the money. We're going to subtract the money by 10. Which means you can get into debt here. I've added a debt to my game. Woo! Can't have a good party game without debt. Oh, gotta love it. So yes. Is it just 10? That cost 500, you know? 20. Yeah, I'll do 20. And then tier minus minus, which is just tier subtract 1, because we don't have a cool minus minus. Grumble, grumble. Yeah, this whole thing isn't even rigged yet. It's not even rigged yet. Which I do need to make it rigged. But I don't even know what I'm getting the guy for his birthday. So... I've been having a lot of trouble figuring that out. Anyway. That should be all of those items. All the shop items, they should work. Yay. They don't work in the fights. Apparently. Evidently. Yeah. Maybe just hide the button during fights. That's probably for the best. Ah. Hmm. Hmm. Thinking about that. We want some actual agency during the fights, right? Hmm. So I'm thinking, right? Well, I don't have any item that really does fight mechanics. Because I removed the one that did. Hmm. Fighting is going to be annoying. Annoying indeed, but I should make some workable version of it, right? Mm-hmm. Actual fighting, fight teleport. Yeah. So I got the stores. Hmm. So I should make the fight mechanics work. Yeah. I say that because I just don't want to do it. Okay. Yeah, this is just a whole mess. We'll go instigator goes first. Can I lock a button? No, but I can hide or show it. Hmm. So therefore, when it's clicked, we're gonna show the instigator button. And hide the defend button. So, you know, it makes it work a little bit better than it did before. Just a bit. And the opposite for this one. Show defend, hide, instigator. Oh, got some dogs. Dogs. I'm teleporting. Okay. I do want to do that. I'm gonna hide instigator, but we will or hide defense, and we will show instigator. We want instigator to go first. Okay. Instigator is always going to be on the left. Uh, um. Yeah, I never made a whole system for if it works. I guess instigator is, the whether a fight is active or not. If instigator is not 0, then a fight is active. Therefore, we're gonna have just a new event. I think we want it to be here. Following that line all the way up. Like defend name. We'll go here. Yes, instigator is greater than 0. Aim. And let's think here. I want the health of our fighters to be the lower ones. And this is just, if it's somebody dies. You know. Hmm. So instigator is greater than 0. So then I could start adding subconditions for that. I do want that there. Okay. So if our... Okay. So we'll just do it that way. Instigator is equal to 1. And you'll see what I'm doing in just a second. Air health is less than or equal to 0. Then we end the turn, sort of thing. Bum, bum, bum. 2, 2. I'm running out of things to say about our spreadsheets. They're just annoying. Now I need one more because we need it for defender 1. And then bum 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 2, 2. So fun, so delightful. Such a much better game than whatever Silk Song. Silk Song's coming out this year. Yay. Hmm. Yay. So now, once this happens, we know the fight is over. Which means we teleport everyone back to their positions. And then, well, not yet. Because this is based on Dokapon Kingdom. And they have some funny mechanics when a player wins a fight. But I'll leave that for another time. I've done enough work for tonight. Yeah.